Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So we're going to have a fun video now, one that is for entertainment purposes only, and that is asking the question, how will I meet the person that I will marry? So yeah, if you carry on the way you're going, carry on this path, you may meet this person and you may end up marrying them. So remember that this is a general reading aimed at a lot of people, and just take what resonates and leave it aside that which does not. So we have option 1, 2 and 3. I will put the timestamps to these 3 readings in the comment section, and I will put them in the description box. In the description box are all the information that you need on the decks. There is a link to my new Patreon account, so if you're interested in gaining access to exclusive Patreon videos and advanced access to the YouTube videos, then please click the link and sign up to one of the tiers. If you want a private reading with me, you can find all the information you need there, and also a link to my Instagram account. So I want you now to focus on the question. When you feel ready, make a choice. If you want a little bit more time to do that, then please press pause, because I'm now going to be moving on to the readings. Alright, those of you that chose option 1, this is your reading. How are you going to meet the person you marry? So these 2 cards sort of represent how you're going to meet this person. Why would you both be in this place at the same time? Oh, 2 of Winter. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Then we have the Queen of Winter. Strong, patient, self-sufficient, funny. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. Okay, so I'm going to ignore the career part because it's a love reading, so I don't need to focus on that. This just speaks to me of you going to a place where you or both of you are actually really quite nervous. It's something for you alone. It's a choice to do what's best for you rather than to please others. So other people might think, oh, why are you going there for? But you're like, no, this is the right thing for me. And your head is telling you one thing and your heart's telling you another, and you can't, so you're feeling like, oh, why am I here? This is stupid. Why have I come? I feel really conspicuous. I mean, this poor little lad just looks so awkward. And I think the reason that you're there is to meet people, but I think it's the unmarried or divorced I do apologise. The unmarried or divorced individual part catches my eye. I think that the majority of the people that are choosing option 1 have split up from their husband or wife, their long-term relationship, and they're looking to meet new people. Or maybe like they are, but I think actually it's a mutual thing. It's like a singles night for divorced people, or you're getting back into the dating game, getting back into the swing of things. And it's making you feel awkward. And even like a kid again, because you've not done this for a long time. If you've been married or something, you haven't had to worry about going out and meeting people and having the beginnings of a relationship and all that. And so you're letting go of the things that no longer serve you, which is like your old relationship or being single, and you're moving towards something that's better, which is that you want to meet somebody and settle down. If you're not actually you think, well, I've never been married, I'm too young for all that, and I'm just thinking of the for the future, it's just the path that you're on now. It might be that you have a relationship that's in between this one that you end up actually getting married, and it's just a case of that you're trying to meet someone new after a period of being single. But I think, yeah, you're just awkward, shy, feeling a bit like, oh, what am I doing? But doing it for you because it's what you want to meet someone in this place. So obviously you're going to somewhere where you're going to meet the right type of person, and I think it is possibly just something to do with meeting other singles. Whether you've been in a relationship or not, you're shy and awkward and nervous because you're actually, like a speed dating event, or like a singles night at your local bar, and you're just a bit, you know, oh, I'm going to actually try and meet someone. So don't be nervous. Well, if you are nervous, it doesn't matter. Do it anyway. Be assured at the end of it you're going to meet someone that you can settle down with. So what are the feelings going to be when, like, at this meeting, when you meet this person? We have reunion and we have generosity. 6 of vessels, 9 of vessels. So like, they're the cups. Oh, sorry, they're swords. These are cups. So this is good. There are feelings. There are deep feelings. And I think this is a feeling, like the 9 of vessels is the wishes come true card. It's got generosity. It's about having everything you need, and so therefore you're able to give generously because you don't lose anything overall. And this is what this represents. So I think you're going to be feeling fabulous when you meet this person, and I think it's going to have this feeling of going back, but not in a negative way, like, oh, I've got to go back because I've failed, I've got to go back, you know, to a job I hate, or, you know, a relationship I don't enjoy. This is a feeling of, I think, of being young again. Like, this is exciting. This is the excitement of meeting someone that you're attracted to and they are attracted to you as well, and that you will feel this sort of sense of abundance because you get this sense of that this might be somebody special. And you feel, yeah, like, you know, like this idea, like we feel like teenagers again, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is good. It's just going to make you feel wonderful and happy. Yeah, I can't, you know, that's as simple as that. I don't need to go in any more depth. It's just going to make you feel fabulous. So the action that's decided to, what action will you decide to take, you know, in this initial meeting when you meet this person you're going to marry? So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Can you see that? No, you can't. Let's move that up so at least you can see those. So I think that sorry, I've just had a bit of a cough and it's taking a while to shake off. So many videos of me coughing and then apologising. Queen of Pentacles, you're going to decide to nurture it and cultivate it, really. You're going to decide to invest in it. And it's in, you know, the emotional, sensitive sense. What can you invest and get a return on? What can you provide for this connection? And what can you invest in it? You know, and all from a good place. But it's going to take its time. There's not going to be any rushing with this because of the Hanged Man. You know, especially if you are older and this is a case of actually meeting someone after the end of a relationship. You know, you both might have kids and you've got to factor them in it. So you're not going to rush anything, even as it might make you feel giddy and light-hearted. You're not going to be able to rush into anything because you've got responsibilities. So yeah, you're going to think about how you're going to take it slowly. And remember, it is a pentacle, and a pentacles are, you know, generally perceived as much slower moving energies because, you know, like the idea that they're earth energy and it's slow moving, slow growing. It's just going to be taken forward slowly. And this is good because if you're anxious and nervous and it's all very new, you're not going to want to, you know, rush into anything and feel overwhelmed. So yeah, slow and steady, thinking carefully, thinking in a new way. So this might be a different type of relationship than you've ever had before. The other person might need you to take it slower, in which case do that. I mean, if it ends up in marriage, what's an extra bit of time for what you're used to? Yeah, slow. Thinking about, you know, the Hanged Man, they think about things in a different way, unique way, because of the position that, you know, it's seemingly that he should be in an incredibly uncomfortable position, but in fact he's not. He's quite chilled and relaxed, and in fact he's getting a little kiss from the fairy. Oh no, they're not kissing. I can see closer. I don't know though, for example, they're not getting a kiss. It looked like it, but that's probably because I'm thinking about love. Reading, there's just a connection. So just not worrying, don't worry about it too much. The decision's made to just let things flow, let them flow naturally. So last card, last message. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, so just be careful not to become codependent on this person, because overall it's unhealthy. But if you have come out of a relationship that's still, you know, like you've got children with your ex-partner, you know, don't allow that to ruin what could be a good relationship, a good marriage. Don't allow, even if some of you have had addictions or unhealthy behaviours, and you're fully aware that this is not a good thing to do, don't allow them to ruin this relationship. Don't become too close to this person. You know, have your freedom, have your independence. You know, you can be a couple and be together, but you know, sometimes, you know, people need time apart to do their own little thing. And yeah, don't allow other codependencies to ruin what could be, well, what will be your marriage. Yeah, so that's a warning. So some of you will know instantly what that's referring to. Yeah. So those of you that chose option 1, that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment and let me know. If you want a private reading, then you can email me on oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com, or all of my prices and what I offer is in the description box. So I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye. Hello everybody that chose option 2. This is your reading. How will you meet the person that you will marry? So these 2 cards actually, you know, represent how you will meet. So we've got, the Awakening, the Hanged Man. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause in the action. Ace of Autumn. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. So I think that you're going to meet this person because you're changing something, like if you're young enough, or that's what you're doing in your life, like you're going back to school, or you're at school, you're looking at universities, colleges and all the rest of it. I think, you know, like an idea that you're in, you've had a gap year, or there's a pause in something, there's been a pause in, I suspect, education or training, or like, and now you're looking to see what to do in terms of studying or your career. It's really, the Eight of Autumn is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's about learning your craft, about honing your skills, the part where you've perhaps doing your apprenticeship and on the way to becoming a master. But there's been a pause and a change. So I do feel for a lot of you, you're changing like your current career, or the career you're working at the time you meet them, and you're changing it, you're re-educating yourself, and you're looking to see what you're going to be trained as. I really do feel it's like, well, shall I do this degree course, or shall I learn this craft, shall I learn this trade, or whatever, and you'll meet them then, because you're changing something about you. So embracing your uniqueness. So it's almost like you said, okay, I've done this life, I've done that job, and I don't want to do it anymore. I want to do something different, and you're exploring your options. And this is why there's a temporary pause in the action, because you're at the point where you know, it's what shall I do next. So I don't feel that you're actually going to meet, when you meet this person, you're looking for love. I really do feel that this is about your personal development or your career development, where you're improving yourself, you're changing into someone else, and through that you will meet the person that you will marry. So it's literally like if you go to an open day for a university or college, and they will be there as well. I mean, if you're a lot younger, it might be a case of meeting them at college or university, or you know, through the process of looking around and learning and developing your skills through a school, or you know, an apprenticeship. Yeah, that's it. Something to do with going to school. I mean, even if you're a lot older and you're thinking, no, I'm way past that point where I'd want to change my careers, I'm happy, thank you very much. It doesn't actually have to be career focused. It might be something else, like you want to learn a skill in the terms of a hobby, just for yourself. You know, it's not about earning money, you just want to be happy and have a challenge for yourself, you know, like an evening school or something, going to a few classes to learn, you know, carpentry or knitting or something, depending on what you're into. and you're trying to change up your life in order to have a bit more going on in it. Okay, right, so what will the feelings be when you two meet? You know, from the Green Man, the Journey. They're going to be powerful feelings. These are two major arcana cards. So we've got this sense of authority here, control, abundance, creating. It's the Emperor card. And so it's about feeling all powerful. So you might look and you think, oh, I feel great, you know, I feel like the man. If you're a lady, it just makes you feel like everything, you know, that you're in charge, you're the authority, you're in control of yourself and perhaps the situation, that it's really a sense that it's happening. So some of you might not be the person searching, you might be in the position where they come to you. But the feelings are powerful and strong, and it's very much about control, and that there's an awareness that there's change, that by meeting this person there's an awareness that there is change happening, because we've got the Hanged Man and then the Death card. That there's something new, something that's going to be different by meeting this person. I don't think you're going to have any doubt. I'm not saying it's like, oh, a love at first sight moment or anything. But I think when you meet them, there's an acceptance that you are going to change something. That there's going to be change through meeting this person, and you are going to take action to change it. So you might be the person that says to them, or would you like to go out for coffee sometime? What will the decision be to move forward upon this meeting? So you will decide, Knight of Swords, you will decide to carry on talking with each other. There will be communication, and lots of it, and quick communication. So you might send lots of text messages to each other, or, you know, instant message each other. Or if you're, you know, because it could be lots of words, you might send long emails to each other, you know. But yeah, there will be a decision to communicate again, and it won't be waiting, you know, for a few weeks before you can catch up. You'll swap numbers and decide that, yeah, you're going to keep talking, you know, send a few messages every day, because it's a Knight of Swords, moving forward very quickly with your message. So yeah, there will be further contact. The King of Pentacles. So it will be decided very quickly that this is going to be moving into something that's going to, the aim would be more serious. I don't think there's a sense that this will be, let's see where it goes, and then before you know it, you know, you're living together, you've got a couple of kids and all the rest of it. I think this is going to be one where, you know, there is definitely a sense of authority, you know, control, authority. We've got the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. This is about being in charge, being a provider, being the one who says what happens, really. Don't do that too much. You know, the other person, you know, has needs, feelings and wants to, and they have their own personal circumstances, so don't come on too heavy. I would always say that. Don't go on too heavy. But no, I think there's a sense here that the decision is to move forward to create something solid. You know, this King of Pentacles is in the tree, he's rooted to the ground, and he's almost like becoming the tree. You know, it's an established life. This is like the established family man who provides, and he's secure and he's stable and he's committed. So I think this is what the aim, the decision is, almost like through this first meeting, that there will be discussions about where this relationship will go. You might not actually say in that first meeting, okay, well, we're going to get married, aren't we? Because that would be daft. But I think inside yourself, and possibly inside themselves as well, that there's a thought that this is going to be, even just on this initial meeting, that this is somebody that you could go the distance with. And that's what you're thinking, where is this, the ultimate aim would be that happy family. And, you know, and there are, you know, like we've got the Emperor, and, you know, it's the Green Man, so it's about earth, fertility, vibrancy, you know, somebody that has a great estate and empire, and so yeah, there's definitely feelings about that this is something that could be permanent, which ultimately would be, because this is the reading of how you will meet the person you will marry. So I think, yeah, overall the feeling is that there's a real deep inclination to believe that this is the person when you meet them. So one last card for you. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So yeah, so there's something about money. I wonder whether one of you is actually quite poor and the other one has the money. It leads me to think that you have the money for some reason, or at least you're in the better financial position. It doesn't mean that you're immensely rich and they're, you know, trapped in poverty. It just means that maybe you have the more stable career, which makes sense, because I got the vibe that you're maybe moving on to something new or different and changing it up. So within that, if there is a change from perhaps being a bit, you know, more stable to like literally starting from scratch, you know, probably taking a drop in wages and all the rest of it, finances and your career are going to have an impact on this new relationship. So if you are meeting at a time where you're training up to do a new, you know, you are becoming an apprentice, or you're going back to university or college, or you're just learning a new, getting qualifications in a new job in order for a new career, this is going to have an impact on the early stages of your relationship. So you've got to be aware that you probably won't have as much money as you had before, and you won't have as much time, because you're going to be investing a lot of yourself into developing this new career. This is why it's saying financial issues are a factor at this time right now. So bear that in mind in the beginnings of this relationship. You know, ultimately there is a feeling of something new being built with this person, and wanting to build something new with this person, where you've got to include them in it, but also you can't expect them to carry a burden that you solitarily, before you met them, decided to take on. So yeah, be careful what you expect and how it's going to impact this new relationship, your finances and your career. So those of you that chose option 2, that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section if it resonated or not. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye. Alright, those of you that chose option 3, this is your reading. How will you meet the person you are going to marry? So this is like the reason why the two of you would meet, the circumstances. How will you meet? So we have, the Magician. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. It's interesting. The Moon. Powerful, intuitive epiphanies. Letting go of worry and fear. Understanding the truth of a situation. It's interesting. 2 major arcana. I think that you initiate the meeting. You do. You initiate. You cause the meeting to be taking place, because it's the Magician card. You're taking charge. You can do anything. You can manifest what you need. So you might contact this person, you know, maybe, so this isn't a chance meeting. What I mean is that maybe this is somebody that you've known for a while, or you already know, or you've like met online, and you want to meet them. So you cause this meeting, you know, you ask them out, you arrange to meet up with them. Now this is an initial meeting, so actually it's probably not somebody you've known now, like it's a friend of, you know, a friend and you've met a few times. This is your first meeting with them. So it's possibly I just can only think of online, really, because that's just such a dominant part of our lives nowadays. And I get so many requests for readings, you know, like I've met this person online. Because it's been overwhelming, I think. You powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. You want to understand the truth. This is why the meeting's been arranged, because you've got feelings about this person and you want to know whether they're true. You've got an instinctive feeling that this person, I don't know, might be the one, that they, you know, you're worried and frightened of it. You're anxious about meeting this person, but you've had enough and you're going to go and meet them. understanding the truth of a situation. This is why you want to find out the truth. So maybe this is somebody that you have talked with online, but of course you haven't met them in person. So you've got great communication on a forum, chat, whatever you young kids do nowadays. And you want to meet them because you've got a deep feeling about them, you've got a deep instinct, and you have to see them face to face in order to understand that it's true. And so you're initiating the meeting in order to understand the truth. This is why it's happening. I think, that was a bit tricky. I was thinking, why would it have the Magician and the Moon? But yeah, you initiate because you want to uncover something. The Moon is hiding. It's our subconscious. It's our, a deep intuition within us that we're not aware of. The High Priestess understands it all. The Moon, we're really not, we're confused by it. So yeah, you want to understand the truth, and this is why, how you are meeting this person, because you want to understand the truth, and so you've asked to meet them. So this will be interesting. What will the feelings be at this meeting? The Hooded Man, that's the Hermit. The Woodward, that is the Strength card. 2 other Major Arcana cards. And you're not going to really show anything, and you're really going to control your emotions. Why would you do that? You're really, really going to control your emotions. You're not going to almost even to yourself, you're not going to let on what you feel. This is weird. You're meeting this person because you've got like this desire to meet them and see, connect with them. And the other 2 readings, I really got the impression that people are just going on either for the purpose of like going out dating or just in their life. But this is something that's been initiated by you. And yet when you meet them, you almost go off internally on your own internal journey. So, and the Strength card is about control. It's traditionally the lady holding on to the lion. Excuse me. So you're controlling your feelings. So I'm getting it. I think they have a big impact on you, but you don't want to show it. You want to play it cool. So you're like, control yourself. Don't embarrass yourself. Maybe they are wonderful. They're everything you dreamed, or something, beautiful and sweet and romantic like that. Who knows? But you're controlling yourself. You're controlling your emotions because you don't want to embarrass yourself. Maybe you're the type of person that does control their emotions a lot. But yeah, so you're not going to let on and I suspect quite powerful emotional impact meeting this person has on you. Possibly because you've been waiting to meet this person for a long time. And so you don't want to embarrass yourself. You want to present yourself in your best light. And possibly you just want to go off actually internally in your own time and process it, because, this is a sense of actually a longer journey. This is somebody that's gaining internal control over themselves. So that's the emotions at the time. You or even they, together, you won't really let on what the impact the other person has on you. Sorry about that, my home phone rang and I had to go and answer it. So we've done what the emotional impact. It's very controlled. You don't want to admit the emotional impact that it's had on you, definitely to the other person, but I think even to yourself. I think you might, after this meeting, go home and sort of take a deep breath and go, oh my God. There's definitely a sense that you like to keep your emotions under wrap. So this is interesting. This has turned out to be an interesting reading. I only wanted 2 cards, but 3 came out, and this is the action that's decided upon when this meeting. What you're going to decide to do. This is like mutually or whatever, and we're going to actually include, because this sense of that you're not letting on. This might be just what you think about this meeting, what you think you're going to do when you move forward. So, Justice, another Major Arcana. You've just had nothing but Major Arcanas. Justice, the World, another Major Arcana. Let's see, we're going to have nothing but Major Arcana. No, 4 of Pentacles. I was going to get really excited then and just think you just had nothing but major cards, but no. mainly 6 of them out of a 7-8 card reading. So what you're gonna justice, balanced, equal, you're not going to take any risks. That doesn't surprise me. That just really comes. I think the biggest risk you're going to take is meeting this person. But it's justice, equality, equal for both of you, fair and equal. Yeah. So you're not going to take anything that you're not entitled to. You know, in terms of this person, if it's a case, well, I would only ever expect to maybe meet up again for a coffee at some times, or you know, you're not going to expect anything actually from this person. So you know, you're very protective over yourself and your feelings, and I think you're going to carry on, even that you are going to, you know, the question is, how will I meet the person I'm going to marry? So the assumption is that you will marry this person that's had this big impact on you that you've wanted to meet. But yeah, you're not going to take anything for granted. You know, you're going to use your judgment. You know, you're not going to build up sandcastles, you know, clouds in the air. You're not going to pretend that, you know, and fantasize and romanticize. You're very much a realist, but also very much in control of your emotions and you know, what's going on. So this almost might be an anomaly in your life. But the world, the intention is to make this a reality, to find fulfillment with this person, to that this will be your world, this marriage, it's going to be part of your world. You're going to be part of their world, they will be a part of your world. But you're going to take it seriously. You're a very serious person, you know, overall in your personality. It's moving forward. Everything, you know, it's so beautiful and vibrant and lush, this card. You know, the leaves look like hearts, and there's cute birdies and the moon and the star, just everything. Your plan is to get everything. So regardless of the fact that you're trying to play it cool, deep down your plan is to be with this person. But you're very aware that you have to be just, fair, equal. So you're not going to try and impose too much on this other person. But this bit, the 4 of Pentacles, you are still going to be very protective over yourself. So you're not, this is what I say, you're not going to take any unnecessary risks. You're not going to open up completely to this person. At least that's not your initial plan. So it'll be a while before this person really knows. You know, you might actually be together a while, and then they suddenly, you know, you might suddenly say, actually, you swept me off my feet when we first met. You blew my head off, you know, and they'll be there saying, but you never gave any hint, I didn't think you were interested in me. And they said, oh no, I knew that it was going to be everything, you know, this was it. But you're not going to risk that first. There's things in your life you want to protect. So some of you have kids or something, or you have a life that you've worked very hard to build, and you're not going to risk that. Even as much as you, I suspect, want this connection and this marriage, and ultimately, you know, that's the question, how will I meet the person I marry? You will marry this person. But at first, you're just going to be not offering everything of yourself forward. You're going to keep that part of yourself safe. And that's what you intend. You're not going to risk everything. Remember, you very much control your emotions. So yeah, you're not going to be an open book carrying your heart on your sleeve. I suspect you're quite a sensitive person who feels things very deeply and has worn their heart on their sleeve in the past and got it damaged. So you're not going to repeat that mistake. But you do have very high hopes for this person, and that you really want it to go the distance. And yeah, but initially you're thinking, you know, I won't risk my arm, I won't risk my heart straight off. Let's see how it goes, which I can understand. Yeah. So yeah, you're not going to go all in. You're probably a bit too old and wise for that. So another card for you. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So some of you, I mean, Some of you, okay, this is somebody that you've been with and you've initiated it because you must know if it's going to work out. This really makes sense, actually. You've contacted them because you want to be with them again, you still love them, you want to marry them, and it's not left you. So you have, even if you've not been together for some time, you know, if you're single, they're single, you're going to contact them and say, just to catch up. And that's why there's so much like control. You don't want to come out and blurt out in this, let's meet up for coffee and I haven't heard from you in so long, and just sort of open up at the coffee table saying, I missed you for so long, I want us to be together again. But at the end of it, you are going to be thinking, I do want to be with them, I am going to have the intentions of moving forward and for us to have fulfillment together. But there's a sense of knowing what's happened in the past, what you did in the past, what they did in the past, and what was hurt and lost in the past. So there's still this sense of protection because there was an emotional pain in the past connected to this relationship. But you are going to reconcile and you will marry this person. For those of you that would rather walk over hot coals than get back with one of your exes, you know, they're exes for a reason. And in fact, most of them have gone on, married, have their own families, and it's not feasible. It could be that it's not so much someone from your past is returning to your life, but this sense of what you wanted in the past from a relationship. So if you were a young whippersnapper and you had dreams and ideas and fantasies about being, you know, in a certain type of relationship or marriage, you might feel through meeting this person that those dreams will come true. Because I'm aware that not everybody watching this video choosing option 3 is going to actually have a romantic partner from the past to reconnect with. I feel I should get another card out. I don't know why. I'm just going to shuffle another card out because there's something, this reading isn't complete. Let go of control issues. And I'm going to go for this one. So yeah, you're controlling it too much. You need to let this situation unfold naturally. Yeah, because you're too controlling. That doesn't surprise me. Two of Cups, Five of Swords. Right. This is what you need to hear. The reconciliation for some of you is an ex-partner. And if it's not, it's reconciling, you know, the sense of like the past. Don't let the past hold you back or whatever. You need to let go of control issues and let it unfold naturally. You know, this person hasn't done anything to you. This is the implication that this is someone you don't know initially within the question. If it is somebody that you have been in a relationship with in the past and you want to be with a past lover, you've got to let go of control issues. You can't let the past hold you back. You can't constantly refer to, you know, it's like a clean slate. Whatever happened when you were like in your early 20s or something in the relationship when you were young and inexperienced, you got to let it go. You'll make brand new mistakes based on this new relationship that you have together and deal with it. But don't try and control it and constantly say, you know, oh yeah, and you did this back then. You were always like this back then. You know, times have changed, things can change, and if you're going to make a success of the relationship, you have to. And if this is someone that, you know, it all resonates but not the reconciliation part, if you try and control it too much, this person's really not going to know what's going on within you. You've got to be open and honest with them. If you're going to have a successful relationship, you shouldn't be, or it's not beneficial to be afraid to reveal yourself, to reveal how you feel and what you want. And, you know, you've got to be able to trust this person. If you can't trust your partner, you haven't really got a marriage or a relationship. It's just, you know, fake. So don't try and control things too much. You know, the Four of Pentacles, let go of it, let it happen naturally. You might be missing out on something wonderful if you're just trying to make sure it conforms to everything that you feel comfortable and safe with. this person, you've obviously got very deep instinctive feelings for them. They might be a bit of a wild card. They might be quite exciting and a bit, you know, vibrant and diverse, you know, that, you know, suddenly just explodes into your world and changes it, and you're trying to cling on to what you had rather than embracing the wonderful things that this person might bring to you. So yeah, there's very much about being, you know, in a sense, controlling, and so don't. Two of Cups, you know, you've got to move forward and think that you're going to be in a union with this person. You know, it's the mutual attraction, the agreement, the date card, the going out for a bit together. There is love on offer. You know, this is a person that you'll marry. They're attracted to you as well. They've got their own things going on in life, their own experiences. The older you get, the more baggage you accumulate, even if you try not to. So yeah, you've got to move forward thinking that this is going to be the wonderful, loving union that you desire, the marriage that you want, full of equality, equal shared feelings, you know, union. And it's got to be something that you're willing to fight for. It's Five of Swords, fighting at all costs to win. You know, they're going off into battle. The black swans are carrying the swords. It's fighting for the love that you want. And it's not necessarily fighting everybody else or fighting the person that you marry. It's about fighting that within yourself, fighting to let go of those control issues so that you can have the loving union that you, I believe, want. Because if you don't fight those urges of this person will hurt me, I don't want to open up, I don't want to change, you know, it doesn't matter what the potential actually is in this meeting. If you can't have a healthy relationship, it won't last and they'll go off. You know, things are all subject to change. All tarot readings are subject to change. So if you fight for this union and don't, you know, try and control it too much, I think, yeah, it would do really well. And ultimately, I think that taking these actions will lead to a happy marriage with this person, the person you will marry. So those of you that chose option 3, you got a little bit extra, but I think you needed it. So I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye.